Hey guys, it's been long again this morning with the exception of Amazon, which we got right off the opening bell. That was a Baltimore chop with an infield fly. That one worked out perfectly. So if you're on the discipline today, if your name is John Conforti and you are not out of the market right now, I'm going to come over there myself and take care of things because you have to know when to follow your trading plan and when to just back off a little bit, right? So John's real good at trading the open, and then he has a lot of struggles later in the day. I think we finally got him around to where he knows how to get in there and make money every day, and now we just have to keep his hands off the wheel while the market settles in, which is what it's been doing right now. And we've got a game plan for our triple Qs and our Magnificent Seven stocks for the rest of the day. So let's go to the charts and have a look at what we're thinking. Here it is. We've got a big kind of morning here, right? So we had employment data come out. Employment data was hot. The jobs number in general was really good, speaking economically, or if in terms of for the economy and for the market. The interest rate jitters have settled down, and it was all about Amazon and these earnings announcements, and Meta's going to do a dividend, and all this great stuff's going to happen, and the market's just up and away. So you see it here this morning. Futures rallied before going into the open, and we had this big push higher on the triple Qs. Opened right around first resistance, and then just kept right on going. I think more likely than not, the central pivot now is not this number down here. Central pivot is closer to that 425.26 level. So that's what I'm looking at as the logical sort of starting ground. I don't have R3 and all these other R's that you can plot it. I'm just using the Realtek plots, which are central pivot R1, R2, S1, S2. But we've been up into the extension enough times now that you would think that you were going to have a move lower just all day long. And the only time that it really played out was when we started seeing parallel lines, right? So we started seeing these guys here sort of parallel up and start looking like market was going to be a little bit more orderly, and market maybe was going to come in a little bit, have this opportunity to focus on a short side move, and that short side move 2 standard deviations out from our mean price. Sorry, stumbling a little bit here. And also overlapped very well with natural support and resistance, with all this volume by price stuff. So a bunch of things came together to say that would be a decent short. That being said, I didn't take it because the market has just been in rally mode. So I'm looking more for inflections that are going to get me long off of moves like this one. And I'm thinking moves probably like this one. Let's see if it happens. I'm not going to jump the gun. I'm not going to try to get short in front of it because I think on a day like today, that could definitely spell trouble. Let's take a look at your Magnificent Seven setups as well and see what's going on here. So for those of you who are, fully engorged in that course, I applaud you. I think it's a really great spot to be. These guys are the market. This is what's moving the market today. This is what's moving the market almost every day of the week. You can see here, this is Amazon, and I will release a video of the commentary from this morning's room. So we had a great morning in the room, talking about where to get into Amazon, where to get out of Amazon. We had somebody who was, I won't mention any names, but was short before the bell and had to wait for those inflections to get him back into the money. I say, shame on you. When the market's rallying, the thing to do is not try to go and figure out a way to beat the market. Figure out what the market's doing and then respond to it in kind. You want to follow the footprints of money. You want to stay in the zone and in the box as much as you can all day long. We've got Microsoft. Microsoft was up into overhead resistance, and let me just pull this chart back a little bit here for you. So we had overhead resistance first thing in the morning. We had a second opportunity. This is, just like the stuff in the Magnificent Seven course that I did. So if you were at that live event, or if you're watching well, you've got both opportunities, right? You were at the live event, or you're watching the recordings and the exercises and all that stuff, then what you recognize is this little tail here being the opportunity for a retest of this move right here, and that's in fact what happened. Next time that it came up, that 409.60 level was again the threshold level. Once it got above there, it didn't come back down through. So, you know, if you did get tagged in and tagged out, then it winds up being about a 40-cent per share loss on that one. But a good trade earlier from 409, what is that, 409.60 down to 407.25. So that was a really nice move to capture on Microsoft. The rest of the day, I mean, I'm still looking at these guys the same way that I'm looking at the triple Qs. Obviously, as I said, they are the driving force in the market. So looking for this kind of thing, looking for this kind of thing. And when we get the inflections down below, you know, I think these are good points to look at the potential long side opportunity. So on Microsoft, until it gets a new resistance level up above, I'm not going to try to jump it, right? I'm not going to try to get in ahead of it. I'm going to let it come back down to something. My personal bias is that it would track above that 409.60 level now and give us the opportunity to come back down into this as support and give us a long entry on that. And same holds true for Amazon. So Amazon just up and away. I don't think fighting that today is going to be a winning proposition by any stretch of the imagination. And on Apple, I think same kind of a thing. Nice thing about Apple is it's rotating right around that central pivot line. Bad thing about Apple is those can be very tight moves, sort of generally speaking. But today, it is about $1 worth of range up above that pivot. So if it comes back down to the pivot, I'll take the next tag. That'll be the second time through. Third time, I'm not going to fool with it. Don't want to go back to the well too many times. NVIDIA is just up, and away. So this one, unless we get some orderly trade that brings us back into a support and resistance level that makes some kind of sense, I'm not gonna fool with that one. As you know from the course and from the live seminar that we did, that is my least favorite of all of these, just because it can have a real sort of Jekyll and Hyde thing going on once you're in it. Looks real smooth on the chart, right? And then, you know, once you're in there trading it, those moves are exaggerated because the price threshold on that one, $660 a share. So you're reducing share size anyways, generally speaking. And I think that you're better off just sort of focusing on the easy trades. And speaking of easy, here she is, Tesla. Tesla's a good one. This is doing a real nice job of staying under the volume weighted average price. If you were going to draw a support line right now, it'd be right at that VWAP. And I think that given that, you know, we are down underneath here, you can see there, that would be the support line that I would draw right now, 183.63, 183.63. That makes for another nice potential inflection point to the downside on Tesla. So, you know, all of that is, you know, Tesla marches to its own drummer now. It's kind of on autopilot. Let's hope that works out well. It is not doing a correlated kind of a dance with the rest of this stuff, and that's okay, because sometimes it's nice to get something that's a little bit disconnected from what's going on in the rest of the market. All right, so that's my 2 cents. That's a mouthful for today. I think that, you know, given what's going on the charts, the rest of this stuff should be pretty easy to figure out over the course of the session. I'll get you another strategy session if we get sort of a change in what's going on. I'll post some updates to the live trade alerts and hopefully give you guys some ideas anyways about what we're going to be doing and some ideas for what you could be doing as the day goes on. All right, have a great Friday. If I don't talk to you, have a great weekend, and I will see everybody back here either later today or first thing Monday. Have a great